I've been on the other side of the table, and I know what it takes to develop a startup company, to develop a product, why you would want to file IP. You need to have a clear idea of what you want to protect. Maybe there's a misunderstanding that patents are not necessarily needed, or maybe they're a bit too expensive. You have to be careful that what you tell your AI is not going to end up on the streets. We have a duty to our clients to protect their ideas.
Welcome back to the Startup Passport by Econsulate. Today we're joined by Raimondo Cau. You are a patent attorney for VO Patent and Trademark. Thank you very much for joining, first of all. And most of the people either invent or protect ideas. You have done both because you also have been the founder previously of a robotics company. Does that help you at all, having the experience of being a founder yourself to now being in the role that you are in?
Yes, it does, because I've been on the other side of the table, and I know what it takes to develop a startup company, to develop a product, and also why you would want to file IP. So I can understand their struggles and also their reasoning to file for a patent, for example.
You already mentioned IP, and one thing that you also mentioned about IP before was IP belongs to a company's most powerful assets, profitable in all economic conditions. When do you think startups or entrepreneurs should think about their IP?
Well, in general, the main message is to file it as soon as possible. What you're talking about is economic conditions. If things are going a bit bad in the economy, that's mostly a sign that there is an opportunity as well. So then if you invest in a startup, for example, in filing IP, then you can make a big difference, because other companies will be more reluctant to take risks. And for a startup, that can mean that they can get ahead more easily.
Would you say there's something like filing too early, or the earlier the better?
Too early is also possible. I mean, you need to have a clear idea of what you want to protect. So the idea has to be mature enough so that you can describe it properly, and also that you don't have many changes afterwards. But if you already know what you're going to do, then that's the right timing to file for a patent.
And do you see a pitfall that entrepreneurs step in most commonly? Is it that they don't think about it at all, that they're filing too late, too early?
Yeah, most startups file it too late. Also because maybe there's a misunderstanding that patents are not necessarily needed, or maybe they're a bit too expensive for a startup especially. But I can assure you that if you have the opportunity to file for a patent, please do so, because you don't have any chances afterwards anymore, or you may not have, because you already disclosed the idea to the public, and then it's already out there and you cannot protect it anymore.
And what does too late entail? Does that mean that then there might be another company that has like maybe an overlap, and then you cannot file for that certain patent anymore because somebody else has it? Is it that what it's all about, or are there also other things that can happen?
Yeah, that can happen, that someone else filed it already. But also, if you already told about your idea to other people, or maybe you had a presentation somewhere, then you cannot protect it anymore, because it's already disclosed. So it's not new anymore. And that's one of the criteria to get a patent. It has to be absolutely new. So you can even kill your own idea, so to speak.
And talking about ideas, a lot of people use AI now to generate ideas, to form their ideas. Is that in any way change the form that you work?
I mean, AI makes it easier to develop, but on the other hand, you also have to be careful, because you don't know what's going to happen with your prompt, with your information that you provide to the AI, because it might be used for training, or well, you don't know exactly, unless you have like a paid version of an AI, which also says that your data is not going to be used for third parties or whatever. But you have to be careful that what you tell your AI is not going to end up on the streets.
Can you make use of AI in any case yourself with the work that you are doing?
To some extent, yes, we can, but also we have to be careful, because we have a duty to our clients to protect their ideas. So it cannot land on the streets in any way.
And if you had to give yourself any advice when you were younger, maybe from the perspective that you're in now, so compared to when you were a founder before, what kind of advice would you give yourself?
I think I would tell myself to focus more on what you actually need to develop in the startup, because in my experience, it was we were developing a product and we were trying to find the best product market fit. But in doing so, we actually went all over the place, and we thought maybe this feature will be nice for customers or another feature. So we were doing too much. And in the end, that also limited us because we could not go fast enough, or we were basically not really having the right focus on what the customer actually needs. And if you do have this focus, you can go faster, and also you can collect data and feedback from your customers more easily. And in that way, you also reduce the risk of your startup failing.
And then, most importantly, keeping the IP in mind as well.
And then if you know what your focus is, then protect that aspect very well, and just leave the rest for later.
The advice from you, Raimondo Cau from VA Patent Trademark. Thank you very much for joining the podcast.
All right. Thank you.